Well, what I was going to say about the arc is that if you look at the beginning, and I think one of you brought up this point, at the beginning, he wants to be this bad guy, and he wants, first of all, it's hard to figure out which one the main character actually is. But I'm going to say it was Owen Wilson's
Well, at
character,
first you think it's,
Anthony.
but it isn't. At first,
Yeah,
because
Dignan. Sorry, that
yeah,
was, yeah.
because I thought
Um,
this is Anthony's story, but
You guys thought Dignam was the main character?
I think that he makes the biggest arc because at the beginning he wants to be. Does he though?
I
He
don't
he
I don't
doesn't probably make the biggest arc, but he's
I don't think he
also
makes a mark at all.
Yeah, because at the beginning he wants to be a criminal, and then by the end he's achieved his goal of becoming a criminal.
And then he even jokes as he's walking. He's like, "Yeah, yeah, you know, get the guards, get the guards." And
But
this,
see, that's where I think that the art comes into play is that he jokes about it because if he actually went and tried, like if he was serious about it, then he'd be exactly back where he was
yeah.
before. But now he's come to the point where he's accepted his fate and he's accepted what it's actually like to be a criminal.
And I think he likes wearing being a criminal as like a badge.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Criminal.
yeah.
I'm a bank robber. You know, we almost got the money. We almost got the safe. Oh, I mean, it wasn't
Even
a bank, but you know,
even to the point to where he like didn't mind that they got Bob just because he was the only friend he had with a car, even though he wasn't qualified as a getaway driver. All he wanted to do was play with the gun. Wasn't
which a
more
nice
interested
little
in
subtle moment.
having a crew and doing the heist than actually having than being prepared and having the right people and accomplishing it.
Does Dignan have some kind of mental condition, or he's delusional? Because he's always excited. He always wants to plan something. Because if you think when they're planning in Bob's house, Bob probably buys the gun. Bob has the getaway car. They plan it at
Mm-hmm.
Bob's house. So
What was
Bob,
the main character's name? Not Dignam, but the other guy. What was his name?
Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like their personalities really tied together. Where, like you said, he has some sort of mental condition to where he just always has that drive, and which works really well with Anthony, to where he's a big planner and smart, and kind of drags him along to where they always have proper game plan and
see, I
kind of
think
like
Anthony has the bigger character arc than Dignan, actually, now thinking about it, because if Anthony, he was getting out of the mental institution. My argument for the character arc of Anthony is that he's getting out at the beginning, but he's still directionless. He doesn't really
Mm-hmm.
have anywhere to, I mean, what's he going to do? He has no direction. Dignan's out there, and that's really the only reason he goes with him, because what else does he have to do? So later
right,
on, when he goes through all this with Inez, then Dignan and him kind of split up. He's doing three jobs, so he actually has a purpose now. Isn't he talking with Inez on the phone because she's learning English, or they're
Mm-hmm.
communicating somehow?
it seemed like Dignam was much more prepared this time and not you know
Yeah, he was that as well. But see, what I was saying is that Anthony was had all of his stuff together. So by the time he comes around, Dignan comes around in the little banana suit. The only reason I think that Anthony even agrees to his scheme is because Bob's brother, Future Man, and the other guy make fun of him. He said, "What are you supposed to be, a little banana?" He's, "What are you supposed to be,
yeah,
a little banana?" And he's on that little motorcycle. He's like, "This is the guy that used to, trim the hedges and everything." So deep down, I think Dignan has either lost any self confidence that he had, or he was overcompensating before because he's been put down. Because you have to think he's been put down multiple times. When
got
Dignan
fired.
he got fired. When Dignan and Anthony are sitting at Bob's house, there's a girl that comes there. She's with Bob's brother. When they first find that leaf
Mm-hmm.
in the pool, so she's sitting there talking to Anthony. Dignan answers. He's giddy. He's kind of bubbly. She never really speaks to Dignan at all. She only speaks to Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Dignan is ignored multiple times. So
When I loved how in the very beginning, when he first meets her, he kind of just follows her around, talks to himself, talks out loud while she's just working,
Yeah.
and he's just kind of following and talking, and she can't understand a word he says.
Yes.